Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. My guest today is Matthew Sutherland. We're back for another nice podcast. This is number 2 for us. It was a good walk in the woods. We saw some amazing wildlife for being in London, Ontario, in the trails here. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun making this. Today, you can expect to learn about my goals for this podcast in general, some of our craziest childhood hobbies, the importance of having deeper conversations, nature and a little debate about hunting, our personal growth journeys, whether journaling is worth it and other ways of reflection, and just some fun conversation about civil engineering, AI engineering, and just engineering in general. There's a bit of a recording mishap on my end where I forgot to click the start button when we started, so it went for about 45 minutes before the official recording started, so you're catching us a little bit in, but overall, we got some good talking in, and it was a blast. Hope you enjoy.
A good combo.
Oh yeah, we just had a good talk, and now we're going for real.
Yeah.
We just went for about
A good amount of
45
time.
minutes
Yeah.
without the mics being hot.
Yeah.
So we're starting fresh. It's so funny. Let's give a little summary about what we've been. We've walked pretty far, I guess.
We walked,
3 kilometers.
talked about a bald eagle, and then we talked about injuries, and then at that point we found like a ninja warrior course.
Just in a park.
Yeah, which was pretty cool. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah. And then we ran into
Diego, who had an injury, and we were like,
yeah.
crazy that we kind of just spoke that into existence.
Yep.
And
then we walked a little more, got turned around,
yeah,
and
past a school.
An elementary school.
They just went in.
For recess.
Yeah. And then we were talking about bells.
Yeah, and now here we are. So, yeah. Oh, talked about reasons for doing the podcast.
Yes.
That's another thing. I'm actually just going to list those off. So that, I don't think I've ever... Like, I formalized this list before it was... Like, before actually saying it on this thing. So, I may as well put it out there. Of course, I already said these, but put them on the audio. Learning to communicate better, learning to ask better questions, having uninterrupted conversations with friends, learning to reflect out loud, playing it back later in life to listen to how you were thinking at certain times. It's something that I find to be uncomfortable. Like, it's uncomfortable to reach out to people and ask them to come onto a podcast. You don't know how it's going to go, but you got to put yourself out there sometimes, and I think that's a good practice for me. Good excuse to get to know new people. Like, if you want to get to know someone, say, I got a podcast, you want to hop on it. It's a not normal in, but I feel like some people will, like, they'll fuck with that. So, and it's, good way to get to know someone deeper. A fast way to check your ignorance, if you're set in a certain way and you try to explain your position and then someone asks like a question that you don't have an answer to, you realize you haven't fully thought out your point all the way, and you can go back and make sure that you're thinking correctly, like you've got your ideas all sorted out, so you can learn faster. And talking about things that you wouldn't generally talk about with people, like that's what we were saying before about how like a lot of conversations right now are either superficial, where it's like passing chips, like how's the weather type stuff, where it's you don't get anything out of that interaction other than I still know you and acknowledge you as a person. And yeah, we can talk about anything we want here. So pull up a map, because
I think we're going very far. Like, if we're probably straight east, west.
No, we're good.
Line.
This was
actually a good path.
On route, sort of.
Oh wait, I thought you said you had the route planned. Oh, is this part of the route or no?
No.
Oh.
I had a direction in mind.
Okay.
That was what I meant when I said I had a route planned.
20 degrees north of Eastman, or north of West.
Yeah. That's
just
pretty
shoot
much the plan.
Yeah.
And we've been moving in the right direction generally, so that's good. this is also something that can keep me like accountable, whether it's like reaching out to people. If I say I want to do like one of these a week or whatever, it's something to practice accountability on. And gives me something to aim to get better at, because I feel like a lot of the time I was listening to Dustin Poirier. I don't know if you know who that is, one of the UFC fighters.
I do not.
And he's like, well, just a big UFC fighter, and I heard him say, I always have to have be scheduling my next fight as soon as I can, because if I don't have something to work towards, I start, like, the worst habits I have start coming back out of me. So it's like, if I don't have that's why I feel like I put a lot of energy into school, because if I didn't have that type of energy, like, channeled somewhere, it would be channeled into some sort of unproductive thing, and I just need to have something to work on, or I'll start going crazy and doing, like, just stuff that I don't feel like is important or that I want to do, you know? So,
Yeah.
that's the list of why I started this, and I gotta keep on reaching out to more people to come on. I'm doing another one on the weekend. One of my friends is coming up to London, doing another one then, and what is it? Completely forgot what I was going to say. Next talk, and I'm bringing my car up for the winter. On the 6th, like, I'm going home one Friday, staying for dinner, and then bringing the car back. And so I'm gonna have my car here for a while until December.
Damn.
So my parents are going on vacation, and they've got too many cars at their house right now.
Such an issue, huh?
What type of bird is that?
Where?
It's a pretty big. Is it a falcon?
Yeah, that's a falcon.
Or is it a hawk? I feel like it's too big to be a falcon. Actually, how big are falcons?
Is it a hawk?
Don't say it. Is it a hawk? 2.
I saw a post. I think I sent you the post on Instagram. It's like some basketball player. He was playing for Atlanta, and I was like, he went from a hawk to a spur.
Crazy.
That's I don't have my contacts on.
Dude, what's with me and seeing cool birds? So, yeah, like I said, I saw a bald eagle the other day, and now I get to see a caca. I don't know what that is. See if I can take a picture of it and put it in chat. Chat can tell you what it is.
It looks like a falcon, I think. It's pretty small. Has a white underbelly. Oh, that's a falcon. White underbelly, kind of a reddish tail, and then it was gray, and the head was gray. Could have been a hawk. I really don't know the difference, actually.
Yeah, I've never been big into bird watching. What do you think's the weirdest interest you've ever taken on? Like
the weirdest interest.
As hobby, or just like a down a rabbit hole of research or something?
Oh.
Go down this
Oh, wait for the
street.
car.
Yeah.
That is something I'm really gonna have to think about.
Yeah, I don't know, because like I feel like bird watching is like one of those niche things that not too many people are into. Like, I would say video games, but that's pretty common.
I remember I had a bit of a coin collection going when there was the Winter Olympics.
Oh, like one of those 2010?
Yeah.
Oh, me and my brother's got one of those all filled out.
I would have run to we would stay in a small town in BC.
That guy's got a self-serving thing. He's just returning tennis things. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Damn. Probably.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was I saying?
Coins.
Coins.
Run down
yeah.
to
I'd run down to like local shops and just be like, "Can you check all your quarters?"
Well, I was a timekeeper for hockey. During all the intermission, like in between games, I would go to the vending machines, put a coin in, get a coin out, put a coin, and just wait until I get cool coins.
Just cycle, dude?
Yeah.
That's actually kind of smart. I remember the coolest thing, there was this one vending machine. There was just a bunch of kids in the lobby, and this one kid was like kicking a vending machine. And I think like something like all the money must have spilled out of the vending machine. And this was before like vending machines had like the bills. Or at least that vending machine didn't have a bill thing. So like all of it spilled out. It must have been like a good amount of money, like $70-$80. So, and I got like $11. I think it was the first time I had ever held over $10 in coins in my hand.
Let's go.
What the hell?
This is the trail that I was planning on getting to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Whoa.
No bikes. Only unmarked trails. We got ourselves a little creek.
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember when Tim Hortons came out with those like hockey cards?
Yeah.
Like the first time those came out, I would collect those cards.
Oh yeah.
Get one of those Wayne Gretzky things, and
those are pretty cool.
yeah. Then I stopped. Like I would always hockey cards when I was a kid were a really big thing for me and my family. Like I remember whenever we'd go to my my opa's house, he would have like it would be like all of my dad and his brother's old stuff around. So we would always just like, there was a bin of hockey cards, just so many hockey cards. We would always just take a few whenever we were there.
Oh yeah.
And our collections would eventually just grow and grow.
Damn.
I remember one of my earliest memories was getting a Sidney Crosby rookie card out of something. And as like a 5 or 6 year old, I did not handle that thing well. And it is quite damaged now. But
Damn.
I've got like an $80 Roberto Luongo jersey card.
Yeah.
And some other ones. But my brothers have they're like into it now. How is this not a bike trail?
Yeah, I was gonna say this would be
like
really fun to
steep
bike.
and good for biking.
Well, the fence is actually the most dangerous part, I feel like.
True. Yeah, my brothers both now spend like, I don't know if I want to say hundreds, but it's definitely like hundreds of dollars a year on hockey cards and hockey card stuff.
Wow.
And I think it's actually more than that. Like they'll go on like $350 cases.
Yeah.
And shit like that. And they have pretty extensive collections now. So.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever focused on like a collecting thing.
Yeah.
I feel like most of my just played a bunch of video games, I feel like. Or I was doing sports, or trying to think if there was something I would like.
I was convinced I was going to be a biologist for a while.
Damn.
That was like when I was really...
Before you took biology?
Yeah. When I was when I watched... what was the movie? It was like a kid's movie about a blue bird, Rio.
Oh yeah,
I watched that movie.
The guy was a zoologist?
Fuck, I'm going to be studying birds and shit. I'm going to be all over it.
That was a good movie. Did they have a Rio 2?
I think so.
I'd never watched that one.
Me neither.
Oh, you gotta go to like Alberta and go to the Rocky Mountains. A walk like this, but it's in the mountains.
Oh yeah, I have never seen the mountains.
Really?
In real life.
Actually?
Yeah, I've never seen mountains in real life.
That's insane. Dude, that's kind of crazy to me. Wow.
Yeah.
Concrete? Steel and timber. Steel pins. And it's just a steel bridge, but wood on top.
Yeah, because you don't want to have a steel bridge. You got to have a wood bridge because it looks pretty.
Yeah. It's probably really, really difficult to... Like, I wonder, getting a piece of wood that has the properties to hold a bridge versus those I-beams. What is...
I mean, if you just take wood and put it like this way, it's pretty fucking strong.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I just don't know like the production cost of, or like even getting a piece of wood like that now.
Yeah.
Because like,
pretty expensive now.
yeah, you can't just go and like, you can just make steel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can't really make wood.
Right.
Look at this. Pinned.
Okay, let's make an executive decision right now. We are here. Do we want to go towards Saugeen, or do we want to loop somewhere like that?
I think towards Saugeen.
Towards Saugeen? Yeah, let's go this way then.
This is a nice spot.
Yeah.
I'd do shrooms here.
Yeah, I was going to say that bridge reminds me of a time during the summer where I was a little bit mushroomed up and...
Yeah. I think I get way too in my head about when I'm like on like a drug like that. I can't like think, or I can't like try to like, I feel like with those to enjoy it you have to kind of let go a bit.
Yeah.
I find that difficult to do.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the pass out thing that you're saying. I don't think I've ever, like besides when I sleep, which is most of the time pretty intentional, I don't think I've unintentionally like lost consciousness.
Yeah. I have only like a handful of times. Like, one time was, I have no clue what the reason was.
Yeah.
But it was on the grade 8 grad trip. I went to Ottawa.
Oh yeah.
Was just staying in a residence or something.
Uh-huh.
And I just remember stepping into a room and just, I hit the ground. Like one of my friends caught me.
Yeah.
Like I just straight passed out. No clue for what.
Uh-huh.
Didn't tell any teachers or anything. Just kept on moving and didn't happen again.
Damn.
But I was out for like a minute apparently.
Whoa. That's crazy.
And then yeah, when I cut my finger, also passed out.
Huh.
Other than that, I don't think, like, maybe when I drink a little too much in first year.
That one time you went to Hoko, I'm sure you were like over exaggerating, but you were like, I drank this amount of beers and then that's all I remember.
Yeah. Oh, a little lookout up here. Yeah, I haven't blacked out too many times, but there's been a handful.
I might have some photos of
erosion.
Wow. This is what Sabrina was talking about in second year enviro. I might have some photos of
Just a concrete.
Is that concrete?
I think so.
Damn. Some photos of my hike when I was on the mountain. Because me and Katrina, we hiked Mount Fernie.
Mm.
If that interests. Where are they?
I don't know, I'm trying to think if I've seen any mountains anywhere. Because I'm not very well traveled. I think the closest would be like a rainforest.
I don't think I've seen a rainforest. Maybe if I was in like Mexico or something. So this was like about halfway up the trip.
Damn.
That's like the town of Fernie, then just nice mountain range. And then yes. Do I have a nice photo where it's not of me? I hate taking photos of myself. I feel like it ruins the point of a photo.
I don't. I think, like I used to, but I think, like people would want to see you. Damn, is that Summit?
Yeah.
Canadian flag.
Yeah. I guess it's nice to like look back and see myself there.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I don't know.
Like I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I think this used to be the lookout here, but then it eroded too much, so they decided to
remove it.
Yeah, because that looks like a column pillar.
Yeah, one of the pieces that was there.
Damn, this bitch eroding.
That's tough.
You could set up a lawn chair here and smoke a joint. That would be fun. pin the location. Huh. That's funny.
Damn. That's too bad.
Yeah.
So is this
no.
organic soil? Fuck. Why am I taking a soils class?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing soils as my job.
I mean,
Dude,
like, it's good to, like, know, I feel like, just the fundamental knowledge.
I'm just getting the temptation to just hang off of this branch and do some pull-ups.
Really?
Bring myself back up. I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
I mean,
be
this
kind
is-
of worried about the...
I don't know. I feel like it's pretty strong. Like it's.
It would be, but I think it would bend quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
And it also looks like it's cracked already.
I'm not doing it.
You would trust that, hey?
Probably yeah. I don't think this was a death fall.
Oh, no. No, you'd be... Unless you tumbled over, but just don't
Unless
do
I
that.
smashed my head off the concrete.
That's exactly, yeah.
So I'm just gonna not do that. Let's keep it moving, I guess. You ever thought about doing like any hunting or anything?
Hunting?
Yeah.
No.
No?
I've thought about, like, fish. I've never really went fishing on, like, a boat or anything. But I think that would be interesting. Like, do you know the people that do, like, harpoon fishing, dude?
Harpoon fishing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they, like, swim and...
I've never done that
Or, like,
before.
spear fishing. No, I haven't done it, but I just feel like that would be such, like, a... Could you imagine being a spear fisher?
Yeah.
And you just get your own food? That would be crazy.
That makes me want to go down there.
Okay. Restoration underway.
Figure out exactly where we are.
How far does that take us?
Okay, well, allegedly we're not even on a trail, but I think that's the right way to go.
Is it? What goes this way?
No. Just
Okay.
Dude, we're in London. We can't get lost. It's not like we're in the fucking mountains and it's actually gonna be an issue. I've been thinking about hunting just purely for, like, if I got like a deer or something, then I would have meat to eat for a long time.
Yep.
And plus, from what I've heard, it's like satisfying. Like you're bringing yourself more into reality with, like, I'm eating a lot of meat.
Yep.
And most of the meat I'm eating is from like grocery stores, which are probably don't have the best standards for the animals I'm eating.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like it's a lot more natural to do a hunt and like something like that.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I don't know about like deers and stuff if I'm hunting that. Like,
Yeah.
in a way, I almost feel a little more comfortable eating like the stuff at the grocery store because I know it's like sure, the standards for the, like, I don't know. Like the food at that point is like I feel like it's just like a double-edged
I'll make a
sword.
little hop.
Fish would be fine, I feel like. Because I
Yeah.
feel like there's just so many fish.
Dude, there's a lot of deer. Especially
Really?
because, yeah, I've been listening. This is my, the Joe Rogan coming out of me.
Okay.
There's a lot of, when humans settled on this land,
Yep.
there was a fucking lot of wolves and stuff that kept populations in check.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the always the balance of like rabbits to coyotes. If there's a lot of rabbits, there's going to get more and more coyotes over time, which is
Yeah.
going to make less and less rabbits, and there's always going to be like a balance. And so when they took out all the wolves, there was a very big amount of like deer that just like shot up in population
Yep.
because
They
there's
didn't
just
have
fucking
enough.
too many. That's like
Yeah.
in Texas. This way?
Sure.
In Texas, there's this thing you can do, which is just, this is a lot more like fucked up in my eyes, but I can see why, because it's not good. But like pigs, like feral pigs, have gotten out and just like ran rampant through Texas.
Yeah.
And because they breed so fast and so many, they can't keep the population under control. So what they'll do is they'll get a couple people in a helicopter,
Yeah.
drive over a field with just a bunch of pigs in it, and just guns a-blazing, just shooting down pigs.
Really?
Yeah.
Through with a helicopter?
Yeah, out of a helicopter.
That's crazy.
And so
Yeah.
if there's like animals like that are going to need to be hunted anyways,
Yeah.
then it's I should get my meat's worth at least.
I guess.
But yeah, there's also like trophy hunting. That's not something that I would be interested, but
Yeah, no, I do
think-
not get that at all.
hunting for like your own meat, I feel like is something that I should do at least once, just to get in like perspective of when you're eating something, you should be grateful because you're taking something else's life and giving it to yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like people are just like, I'm not one to waste food very much.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like so many other people are, and I feel like an experience like that would kind of adjust some people's frames. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And so I want to do that. But hunting is also like something that you can't really just get into. You need to know someone who does
Yeah.
it and
The experience.
can show you the ropes, bring you to spots. And I was like listening to these people talking about it, and they were like, yeah, in a lot of like deer and elk during hunting season now, they
Uh-huh.
know it's like hunting season, and they have to go like backpack 18 hours in to a forest, set up camp, and do a hunt from there. It's not like a one-day activity, so I don't know if I could do that right now, but I think it
Yeah.
would be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never even shot a gun, so.
Oh,
I'll have
really?
to-
My friend took me to a gun range one time.
oh, yeah.
I thought that was odd.
I thought this was like a fishing spot. Just come down here and just.
This is a pissing spot, bro.
True.
Yeah, you could probably
Pause
fish
and
here.
piss.
Pause and piss, sure. Scenic pisses.
This is quite the peaceful place, though.
Yeah.
Right back on.
What? Oh, we are? Okay. I had some of this before. I didn't have a lot, but I was like, if I'm going to today, I might as well do it now.
True. How deep do you think this is?
Hmm?
How deep do you think this is?
Well, I wonder if we could analyze it anyway.
This is moving a little bit quicker along the sides because it's shallower. Then it moves.
Well, yeah, I was actually just thinking that, like, look at over there, like, if you come down, like, it's very satisfying, like, that is at an upper level, and yet it's flowing the same as this. And then that just makes me think of, like, the volume transfer. Like throughout the entire thing, the same amount of volume, roughly, is traveling per, like, normal,
Yeah.
which is so cool to think about. It is very still in the middle. I would think
Decently deep.
4 meters tops.
Meters? I don't think it would be that
3
deep.
meters?
I think it would be like 2 meters at most.
So you think you wouldn't be able to stand in it? Or it'd just cover you?
Yeah, I think it would be like 6 feet, maybe
So
5
yeah.
feet.
Okay.
I don't think it would be that
Meter
deep.
and a half.
Well, we're not going to be able to figure it out unless we threw a stick in.
No, you can calculate it.
You
For
could
sure.
calculate it. I bet you could.
Head loss, dude. Crazy.
Dude, there's like a little beach here.
This is a beach?
Is there sand?
I guess
Is
so.
this a sandy, clay sand?
This is salty for sure.
Silty sand.
Right?
Crumbly. It's the moisture content. Oh, dude.
SSD? No.
Get me
Can't be SSD.
out of this.
There's not a fire here. I don't like that.
What?
It's like fire.
Oh.
Charcoal.
Shallow's out. See, even this is still, and it's shallow, so like that side's moving more than this side. This side's actually moving backwards.
Well, it's also the surface.
True.
And you can kind of see, if you look there, there's like the general ripple.
Yeah. That's true.
Wow, that's really cool, like the sine waves. That's so satisfying, man. And then there's the sound
Understanding
of
math.
London in the background, man.
Yeah, there's the sirens in the back. I don't know if I don't think this would catch that.
Oh
So-
no, definitely not. Like when we were walking and it wasn't really catching the cars,
Yeah.
like, no way. Path is getting. Are we going the right way or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's just like up the river
Oh,
or down the river, I guess.
so we'll end up at that bridge?
We will. No, I don't think. I think we'll end up like behind Brescia,
Oh.
walking on the river. What do you think is the like? If you think to the best conversations you've ever had, what do you think are the things that go into the best conversations? Oh,
I don't know. I just feel like it's like it just depends on like the involvement of each party.
yeah.
Because like you can have a really fun conversation that can be super stupid, but like, are you ranking? What are you ranking as in like the best conversation? I don't think you can cross this.
No.
Oh, that is like
You're sending it into the river.
it's
It's floating.
roller right now. Statically unstable.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what criteria I would use either, but
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
trying to think of like good conversations that I've had. Like I'd say that these podcasts are both like I'd consider them very good conversations, but they're also a lot different than the other conversations that I'd have. Like there's groups of like people and like certain individuals that I know that I'd have similar conversations like this with. But like that's if I'm with them like climbing or not climbing, like camping or like hiking.
yeah. I think environment definitely has something to do with it. Like
Oh yeah, definitely.
some of the best conversations I've had are like car rides, like
Yeah.
really long extended car rides. And I think it's just the understanding that like we're gonna be here a while, so might as well make the best out of it.
Yeah.
But also like being comfortable with the people, you know. Oh shit. Oh no. It doesn't
Like you could be in like a completely empty gym, and obviously if there's a gym, you're gonna like it's like us walking up to that like playground thing there. Like we stopped talking because it was like, oh, we gotta try this.
Yeah.
Oh, so satisfying, man. You gotta come to BC, come to Fernie. It'd be so fun.
Yeah.
I think you would-
Rivers, I think like being by the water,
Yeah.
I gotta live somewhere by the water. If I didn't live by the water, I'd go crazy. Like having like this stream like this just sounds so nice.
Yeah. I don't know if that is the mic
This is
picking
a
it up.
top 3 most relaxing sound.
Top 3. What do you rank above it?
I'm trying to think, but I can't give it number 1 without putting any thought into it, you know?
Yeah. I like the sounds like this, but also have you been to like one of the
Mosquito
big
in your ear.
Yeah. Not like a river like this, but like a lake, and the waves are like crashing. It's like
Yeah.
this is a different sound from that. This is more like trickling water versus
Yeah.
like the even if it's like the kind of the louder, deeper.
Yeah. The last podcast I did was sitting on the rocks right like in front of Lake Ontario.
Oh really?
So it was just waves crashing in
That's
and going
cool.
out. And
Yeah.
yeah. But if it's too violent of a storm, it's not great. Because I remember going with my friends
Oh
during
yeah.
like a storm.
Was it like windy then too?
And it was like really windy, really stormy. And the waves were just like bam, like against
yeah.
the rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
But water does make some satisfying noises. I'm trying to think what else would be like really satisfying to hear.
Water's definitely the best liquid of all time.
Winner.
Yeah.
No.
Fortnite Battle Royale lobby.
Dude, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of like songs and sounds that are quite nostalgic that would be up there, but I think this would be above them. Just a natural flow. You know?
Do you get those sounds where it's like you can't hear? Like, I remember when I was younger, like duct tape, the sound of it like ripping off. That like it like my teeth were like sensitive to it. Do you get those like those? Or like
the
people
only thing, like people say chill, like nails on a knock.
Yeah.
Like
nails on a chalkboard. Yeah.
Nails on a chalkboard. That's what I was looking for. There's a few other ones. For me, it is ice scraping. Like if you're pulling something out of the freezer and it makes like it's plastic on ice,
really
and
high pitch,
like screeches like that. I'm just like I got like one of those jumps where it's like fuck.
I can understand that one. That's such like a niche one. I feel like.
Yeah, I think it's a lot easier to think of worst sounds than it is to best sounds.
Oh yeah. Well, I think that's kind of just with everything. I think people are it might just be like a biology thing for all life, but you're much more like aware of like negative things, right?
Oh yeah. I heard the modern wisdom guy, he's very big into like evolutionary psychology, and so I hear lots of stories all the time of like the theories of why that is. And so from what I understand, the theory of why that is, where everyone's like focused on the negative, is because if you're say walking down this trail at night and you hear rustling in the bushes, if you treat that like it's a tiger every time, even though it's not a tiger every time, you're going to do better than the person who treats it like it's nothing every time, because the time it is a tiger, they're done, and like just over a long time, it's going to cut out the people who are thinking that it's nothing. So you're just a lot more inclined to be like worried and anxious. It's like built in. Yeah. And it's a very good survival mechanism, but you just have to like be able to like, and I feel like once you can understand stuff like that, you can understand yourself better through that as well. I think that's the big interest there. Because I feel like I definitely get paranoid sometimes and have to realize like in all likelihood this is nothing, but I have to treat it how I would, like I have to like analyze it a little bit more before getting right into the reaction, you know? And
yeah, just like a survival instinct thing, but then also like remembering the thing afterwards, like it's a lot easier to remember like a bad grade versus a good grade. Like even if it's like that's not something that matters, it's just like associating a negative thing with. Yeah,
I feel like that also could be though. Like if you're living really like shitty, I mean like take school for example, if you're just a bad student, but then you get one really good grade, that one's going to stick out because it's the outlier, versus if you have a lot of good grades and you get one bad grade, that one's going to stick out. So I don't know if it's a positive negative thing or a common uncommon thing. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. I guess if you frame it that way.
Like the more uncommon something is, the more likely you're going to remember it. That's why you don't want to live the same routine every day, because your body wants to forget as much as it possibly can. That's what it's designed to do. Yeah. So it remembers the new things. And if it's a new experience to get a bad grade, or it's a new experience to like, I don't know.
I'm trying to think of something that's negative that's not like, or like that's positive that you're like, would never.
Dude, fucking waking up in a non-war-torn country. That's like anything you take for granted that like.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's just so common to you every day. But if you were like someone from the Ukraine who just moved to Canada now, and you're waking up in or like a soldier coming back and you're waking up in a like calm environment, that's not fuck, I'm like a cat that's gotta go. It's that's more memorable right now than like, I mean, I guess I don't know because I haven't really experienced it, but I think that could be a frame. I feel like it's a little bit of both, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. No, I'm just thinking about like that's a interesting. I don't think you can draw a line anywhere. At that point, it's individual, but definitely there's a part of you that's like the recognizes common versus uncommon, and then there's also how you treat the good versus the bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I like to think of it too as like people will generate like you can generate like phobias for something just based off like one bad experience, but you don't really have like there's not really that like phobia. I think there's like maybe there's like a euphoria thing for like it's like, oh, I gotta do that again, like an addiction almost.
Oh,
But,
100%.
Versus like the phobia of like if you had like the first bad experience of, I don't know, doing whatever, you'd never want to do it again, even if it was just like you got unlucky that one time.
That's actually really interesting. I bet it works the same mechanisms like a phobia. Holy shit, look, a deer, right there. You see that?
Yeah. They're a lot more scared in Ontario.
The deer?
Yeah.
I'm surprised it got this close. We're not being quiet. Like, that was like 20 yards away.
I mean, it probably heard us the same time we heard it.
True. It did crack a few branches.
Yeah. They are quieter though. Probably just trying to get to the water.
Yeah, true. What was I saying?
I've been like very close to, like in Calgary, like just at like my house, we've had like 20 deer on like our lawn.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like that in Ontario. It's probably pretty common in some places, but.
Yeah, I feel like I grew up in GTA, so it's
yeah.
Not a lot of animals coming through there. Like there's deer that'll come through, but
very rare.
Very rare, and always on the outskirts. It wouldn't be in town ever.
Yeah. That'd be kind of crazy if they came in town.
Yeah.
Probably something wrong with the deer at that point.
Yeah. Oh man, what was I saying? I feel like I was on a roll, and then I just.
Phobias.
Oh yeah, I think it works on the same mechanism. Phobias, where it's like, if you have a really bad experience with, say, a spider or something, and you're always running away from having that experience again.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing if you like a heroin addict the first time. Oh, is that a little otter?
Yep.
Damn. What a good spot to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute wildlife week for me. Yeah, it works on the same mechanism, like the first time you get high, and you're always just chasing that high, versus running away from something you don't want to have again. The odds are, if you did experience a spider again, you wouldn't experience it again. And the odds are when you get high, you wouldn't experience the same high again. It's like very polar extremes that you're just running away from, trying to get towards baseline. You're trying to, I don't know. What do you think is the primary motivation of people?
Crazy question to answer.
I know. That's something I've thought about for a long time, though, because I don't even know what my primary motivation is. I just kind of do. And I feel like a lot of people are also just doing, but they'll have like...
Yeah, just like living, yeah.
I feel like it very much depends on where you're at in life, like...
Definitely, it's a huge combination of long-term goals, short-term goals, just general human needs, and quality of life, I guess.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna live, you might as well. I'd say probably promoting the quality at that point. But then it's like, I think quality is a subjective thing.
Yeah. It also is what you make it, like...
Yeah. Going back to concrete design. You can design for durability, or you can design for a nice look, visual appeal, or functionality, or same with like working out, I wouldn't say there's an optimal best workout, but...
Yeah, it's also like the same cross-section. One could fail under a certain load, one could
exactly
strive under a certain load. It all depends
on
what you put into it.
Yeah. Man, I have to make a bridge design. Oh, look, there's some ducks too.
Oh my goodness.
Swimming upstream.
Wow. It's like, crazy question. What are the coarse aggregates in your life?
Course, the strength.
What are the coarse aggregates? What are the fine aggregates? What are the cementitious? What SCMs do you put in your body? Like, I feel like if you could design yourself as a concrete.
Like just based off of like references.
Yeah.
Coarse aggregate.
Like what if you? This would actually be a good study.
What
thing.
are we designing for though? Depends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got your exterior, you got your interior concretes.
Yeah.
You got to put the certain things on each one. Is there an ideal concrete that could be put for every situation? No.
Different exposure types, different load
Unless
cases.
you're rich as fuck.
Yeah, it's designed for everything. But then at that point,
Are you in a freeze-thaw condition? Are you not in a freeze-thaw condition?
yeah, exactly.
It's going to sound completely autistic then. She's not in civil engineering.
Oh shit, I think I laughed too loud.
Oh, duck.
No, they're swimming upstream then. They didn't notice us. They
Dude,
hear
they don't
something,
notice us.
Yeah, they did.
I sounded like a duck.
Yeah, but they are alert right now. Okay?
Oh, you see that 360 there?
Yeah, I know.
Boy, just hit a drift.
I don't think they can see us from this far though.
I'm also like, we're also like blended in. We're not this.
Yeah. Well, you can also think like, I feel like humans have evolved to notice colors over, like, oh wow.
Splash landing.
We drifted. That was dope. I wonder what they ran from.
I think they just wanted to get over this. They didn't want to walk through
Oh, true.
the rapids.
It's kind of goated. They can
I wonder
just
where
skip.
that otter went.
That was pretty cool. It climbed up the tree and out, I think. It's probably just chilling in the bushes over there. That's what my guess would be.
We keep walking.
Yeah, probably.
Let's go.
We got a pretty good nature experience there.
Yeah. For London, it was like,
Yeah, this has got to be like one of the top London experiences of all time.
like the nature bucket has been filled for a while.
Woo.
This trail is getting pretty close.
No wonder it was closed, eh?
Yeah.
Oh well.
I think the water level is also pretty low. Like, I need to go up like a full foot, like here. Like all of this is definitely, like, has been underwater at some point. Oh, you can see the deer prints that go right up to the water.
Mm-hmm.
Like these,
Yeah.
they get a good drink. It's a good thing we don't have crocodiles here. You ever think about that? Like, pretty grateful there's no just like big land predators
Yeah.
where I'm living.
Can you imagine like kangaroos, bro? I don't know if I've ever seen a kangaroo.
I don't know if I've seen one in the zoo or not.
Yeah. I feel like probably. Like Calgary Zoo, come on.
Yeah. I went to the Toronto Zoo with Mal over the winter.
Over the winter?
Yeah,
It's open
because my
over
parents
there.
won tickets from like some raffle or something.
Uh-huh.
So we just went and
Nice.
visited the zoo, saw some polar bears.
Nice. The art gallery in Toronto is free for students, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. I feel like I'm just walking through a lot of these sticks and just swinging them at you, but you got a big jacket, so.
Probably go up.
Gotta go this way.
I don't think there's a trail over there.
That's a good knife to this tree root. I don't know what it is.
It's got a cool twist, man.
Oh, we're back on the main trail.
Sweet. Man, I have not been getting a good amount of sleep recently. Also, my diet feels like it's been shit recently.
What have you been living off of?
Like, I haven't had a consistent supply of like protein, I feel like, recently. Whereas I think maybe last year I was much more
Protein heavy.
Yeah, it was just easy. Just protein's like expensive right now. Like I see the price of it and I get like it like averts me wanting to buy it.
Yeah, I've cut off eating a lot more other stuff and just focus on proteins only right now.
Yeah.
Even though they're
Well, I don't know, like
expensive.
I have eggs, but I don't know if eggs are
They're not that much protein, honestly.
yeah, I don't
Like
know
I
if they're
eat
that
6
reliable.
eggs and they're only 36 grams of protein.
It's a good amount, but I mean still like well, like the only times I've really gotten meat recently are like I'll go down to Metro and just buy like a nice steak and do that. Those are always good.
Yeah. Steak.
I've learned to cook my steaks fairly good at it right now. I have no clue which way we're going. Let me do a little. Did anyone get 2023 test solution from class? I'm not going to respond. Are we just lost?
No, we're good. We just keep going down this trail. That's like another sub trail just along the river. We get cut away from the river going this way.
Okay. Yeah, just keep going this way and it should take us... Wow, it just takes us to the back of Huron. Crazy. We've been out, eh?
Pardon?
We've been out.
Yeah.
Are we gonna walk to your house, or I guess we could catch a bus if we really needed to.
We need to, yeah. It's been an hour 35.
Yeah.
Podcast is only like 50 minutes, but that was good though. We got a long way to go.
Oh yeah, we lost podcast time.
Yeah. Tough. That's alright. More to come.
Are you very aware of the mic being on you?
Not really. It's more just like, I feel like this would be the same mic or no mic, but just like this type of like environment. Like if I'm on like a nature walk, it's always going to be like this. I feel like I'm talking more because the mic is there,
Yeah.
but I'm not too aware of it. And there's some subjects that like I don't want to put on mic, like, because I haven't fully thought them through or anything.
Yeah.
And so I'm aware in that kind of sense, but not really. A lot of it's off the cuff.
Oh.
Just, damn, this is the first other person we've seen. So watch out for the black guy. No, I'm just kidding. It's the type of shit that goes through my head though.
Yeah.
I don't know the information on this, but like, y'all need to.
Is there cell service out here?
Yeah. Dude, we're in the middle of a town. Look at,
Oh.
there's houses.
Oh fuck, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh yeah, we just got a nice little wet puddle.
Damn.
Nice little puddle.
This would be a nice spot to live in London, I guess.
Look how big that house is.
Yeah.
It's actually a,
Well, it's just the location on the river.
well, location, yeah, but also, damn, that's a big house.
yeah.
Look, that's a pretty wide house.
Yeah.
There's quite a few houses like that in London. Like, there's one on Gibbons Park. It's like
Uh-huh.
a new modern house that is like 3 stories,
Wow.
and like same footprint as that.
Damn. I did not know that.
Yeah, me either. But yeah, London's got some niceties. But then it's got also its big problems.
Little bridge up here.
Not even. It's just an old bridge to nowhere.
Huh. Like a ladder.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a tree house somewhere around here.
Potentially. Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I've always wondered if I could just go and like build my own house. I'm sure it would take a long time, but
You had the land, because I know one of my brother's friends spent like a summer
yeah.
building a house in the forest, like just in Oakville.
Yep.
And it got reported really quickly and torn down by the city.
Well, yeah, it's against so many like regulations then.
Yeah,
Like-
but it's a fun thing to do.
Yeah. I think it has to, like, you have to build on your own property, and then even if it's on your own property, there's like I think there's like requirements of what you're allowed to, like the size.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't build like a structure or whatever they define as like a structure.
Without the proper drawings and permits and all that.
Yeah, you need like a certification for it.
Bro,
Which is
that's the only reason I
crazy.
want my stamp, just so I can build my own shit.
Yeah.
Get the government off my nuts.
Like, come on. Who out here is telling me I can't use the 20 cubic meters of concrete that I bought? It's on my own property.
Yeah, exactly. Who says I can't use that plutonium I bought?
Yeah.
It's mine, I bought it.
I like all the cut trees here. It's pretty cool. What's over there? Something like blue and yellow.
Oh, that's the play structure.
Dude, when I'm in class sometimes and I answer questions, I find that I can't explain myself and it's so shitty. Like today I was answering, or no, it was yesterday in soils. I was answering.
Dude, that soils professor is just like...
He's a hater, bro.
He is a big hater.
Yeah.
And like, he's very arrogant in my mind.
Yeah, I guess, like, I find he really treats, like, he's more of a research prof. He I feel like he teaches because he has to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure he loved his research, man.
Dude, you throw a handful of dirt at that guy.
Look at these mushrooms, hey?
I know.
There's also something in the bushes over there that I hear.
Bug.
I get zapped. How do they do that, man?
What's in the bushes?
Oh, I just heard rustling.
Squirrels.
Yeah, probably. Probably stop moving because we didn't.
Yeah.
I want to start watching more like Natural Geographic. I find those are kind of the only things. Because like, what have you been watching a lot of videos recently? Would you say? Like even
Yeah.
if they're like informational, or do you find podcasts are kind of your main source of?
Podcasts are definitely my main source of everything I'm watching. I'm not watching any TV or movie. Like, I'm watching like movies every once in a while,
Yeah.
and then I give myself my hour of Instagram or YouTube a day on my computer, which then shuts off. I started this morning, but the Brawl Stars is now at 30-minute cap per day.
Damn, dude, that's like 2 ranked games max.
I know. Well, I feel, I don't know.
I like
never
the-
feel good after playing Brawl Stars, I'll say that.
I guess, yeah, I can feel that. I just like to like go and like complete all of the.
The quests.
Well, like Brawl Stars, like besides like the trophy grind, which is like an ongoing thing, everything's very like daily.
Yeah.
Like you have your daily quests. You can only get this amount of boxes unless you pay money per day.
Yeah.
So I just structured it like that, I guess. That's what I have with like Clash. I don't touch Clash Royale from Monday to Wednesday, and then Thursday to Sunday they have like the Clan Wars. Just hop on, do that. It like contributes to like there's people that are just playing that game every day,
Yeah.
and they get a nice bonus when their clan performs well. So
Yeah. I'm very, like when I'm working on something, or when
Yeah.
I'm like into something, it takes a lot of my attention and time and mental faculties. So if
Yeah.
I'm like playing Brawl Stars, like when I'm into video games, like back when I was into video games, I like want to be good at them, and I like grind them, and I just don't feel like when that happens, I drop other stuff, and I don't think that's a good idea for me. Like it's leading me down a not very good path, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
same, like it's what you were saying about that fighter.
Yeah.
Was that on the podcast when you said that? I don't think so.
I think it was right when I turned it on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like one of those things where when I don't have like a side project or a main assignment that I'm working on, then it's backfill with bullshit, I call it.
Backfill with bullshit.
That's honestly what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I've got like my list of things that I think you've seen, and I'm sure I've said them on the podcast lots of times. They're just like my vices that I just go to when stuff gets, like not when stuff gets difficult, but when I get bored. Or maybe when stuff gets difficult. I don't know. There's not really a distinction. Like, I guess there is a distinction, but it's like either way. Oh, sorry. Either way, it's not great. And it happens when I get, like, when I don't have something like my next steps forward, like, mapped out for me. I think that's when it happens the most. Like, even if I think your mind, or at least my mind, works on, what a weird spot for this trail to end.
Yeah. Oh, well.
So right at Saugeen. Yeah, what was I saying? I was saying, like, yeah, your mind, my mind at least, I feel like works on the loop principle.
Yeah.
I forget what it's, there's a certain rule it's called that I got in my notes that when I heard it, I was like, that's fucking me. It's called the Zeigarnik effect. It's basically when you have it's like the reason that so many TV shows and books have like cliffhangers. It's like an open loop, you call it.
Yeah.
Where like the loop hasn't been satisfied, hasn't been closed. And so, just walk around this way, I guess. Yeah, the loop hasn't been closed. So like, if I'm playing Brawl Stars, and there's one more quest left, I gotta close that loop.
Okay.
And like, the games are so good at like having a short-term loop and a long-term loop. Like the trophies is like an open loop that you can never really close, but that you can get like sucked into almost.
You can take time closing it.
Yeah, and it's like an illusion almost that it's going to get closed. And I feel like when I'm working on a project and I've got an open loop, so like say I started one paragraph and then I had to go to class or something, when I get home, I'm going to be a lot quicker to do the next few paragraphs than if I didn't do that first paragraph, and then I'd have to start fresh. Like the initial inertia to starting an open loop is a lot more difficult to overcome than when you've got like TV shows or videos or anything else that's like a quick thing. And so I feel like you can like harness that energy for good, or you can let games, TV shows, social media, whatever, those are all designed to like keep your mind as that's an open loop.
Yeah.
Like Snapchat, for example, I would always feel like that's an open loop in my head. Like, oh, I'm always getting a Snapchat and like I have to respond, and like it's just taking up brain power. And now that I don't have Snapchat anymore, that's not a loop that is taking up brain capacity that I could spend on something else.
Yeah.
And so I've just been trying to cut out the bullshit. But then it gets to the point where I've got nothing and I'm not good. I'm practicing being bored, but I'm not very good at being bored. And I'm like trying to find things to fill up my time with, and yeah, one big thing that I've started recently again is, not again, but journaling. Like this is the first time I've actually ever kept a journal for more than a day or two.
Oh.
Like it's been like almost 50 days.
Wow. That's pretty impressive.
And so that's just like part of my nightly routine now. But it's like one of those things that I've got it routinized in, which makes it easier for me to do. and I am like very consistent with it. But it's not one of those things because it's in a routine scenario that it's like when I've got nothing to do, okay, I'm going to sit down and do this. You know what I mean? It's like I've got my set time for it. It's not like when I've got nothing to do, I'm going to open the journal and start writing because I've got my set time for it. And I also started like writing, not, I guess, sort of in a journalistic way, but it's more just like an open Word document with like a list of 100 questions that I'm just like answering them with like 500 words. And they're like questions about yourself.
Okay.
And I think I'm like 11,000 words in. Doing it for
11,000.
about a month, like 17 pages just of writing. And I think that's a very healthy thing for me. I'm learning a lot about myself, and it's also like a good thing to keep my mind going.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are like the two biggest things that I've been like adding to my life since last first year's in a hurry.
So
I
weird
feel
walking by Saugeen. It's been so long.
Walking up that hill.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't believe I lost. Like, I can't believe I don't know where my longboard is.
That's tough. Should we cross up the next one?
Why cross?
Or did it just... Or I guess we could just stay on the side, yeah.
Just cut all the way down.
We could. Just then we get like car noise.
Yeah. Well, I don't know where... Like, would you want to walk through campus?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Just around the UCC. Back
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Alright.
Trying to think of the best path. Because we could even go...
Between Social Sci, UCC, down that middle straight towards Health Sci, something like that. But it's like, I've been talking to some friends about this, and it's so hard to find productive things to do, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's really not if you just stop and think about it, but it's hard to stop and think about it when there's so much other stuff that you could be doing.
Yeah.
And
Actually stopping and thinking about it is the hard part.
yeah. You ever?
Oh,
Fuck. We're intellectuals. We do not need to run. Unnecessary run.
Dude, it's gonna go red though.
What?
Yellow,
Green.
red, and now you're hit by a car.
And now I'm hit by a car. Oh, I almost watched a...
That's like that guy honking at us when we ran across the street. Bro.
Yeah. Close call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He grazed my leg. What a goober. I recognize that kid.
The first year?
Is that a first year?
Oh, he's coming from Saugeen.
Oh, was that the guy that was walking? I thought he came out of the car. Never mind.
Yeah.
I do not recognize that guy.
Do you spend time just thinking?
Like just doing nothing and thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or writing, or just not doing something while thinking, if that makes sense. Or doing something to think. Like while working out or something.
I think a bunch when I'm working out. I'd also just say like a large majority of the time that I'm at home and I'm not on Instagram or doing work, which I feel like is a fair amount. I just will sit and think and like, you know, there's certain things that you can reflect on just over the course of the day. Mm-hmm. Or just, I don't know, I feel like I try to keep some certain ideas just in my head about myself in general, like how I feel. But I mean, like,
you feel
I find it interesting because you actually go and document that, and I definitely like support that, but I also feel like it's not something that like works for me in a way, maybe as effectively as it does for you.
Well, this is just like an experiment for me.
Yeah.
Because for the longest time, with my AirPods, I'm so used to just having something in my ear
Yeah.
that I can like put my focus on, that I don't have to think.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's very healthy. And so I'm trying to replace times where I would have something in my ear, where I have to put it down and I have to just sit and think.
Yeah.
Because I don't take that initiative naturally. Like it has to be a conscious thing.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So if you're already doing it, then I guess it's not very necessary.
Well,
but at the same time,
I feel like at the same time it's so much different if like for example, like I take all my notes by hand, but I have a bunch of friends who can go into like their classes. Like I know a few mechanical engineers that go to the University of Calgary, they don't take notes. They just sit there like Hunter, man. Hunter sits there, doesn't take notes. Does Hunter journal anything? I think he does, because based on like he obviously approaches things differently. I'd say he's a very like unique person,
non-fungible person.
Yeah.
It's honestly one of the reasons why I joined the Workout Warriors, to get to know Hunter a little more.
Yeah,
so
no,
I think he's a very interesting person.
He's
as
an
well.
interesting guy. I think he went climbing with Luigi, and I should have joined them for that. Luigi's one of those guys that Luigi and Ashley, they're nice to talk to.
Yeah.
They're fun.
We should get a poker game going soon. Them, Luigi.
Yeah. Josh too. I actually, on Saturday, Josh and I, his buddy Miguel, and then Miguel's buddy Victor, we went golfing.
Really?
Or sorry, it's on the Sunday morning.
Oh.
And if you remember Sunday, that was not a desirable condition to go. What was I saying? We also went Saturday evening. Do you play at all, actually? We were wondering. You
Golf?
don't play golf, eh?
I've golfed a couple times,
Okay.
like 4 times.
Yeah, so you wouldn't know like your handicap at all, or
Oh, I know my handicap very well. It's double par.
double par, just double boat. Double. What do you mean double par?
Like,
Double the par.
double the par.
So if you went and played 18, you're shooting like 140.
Yeah.
Okay. I know my handicap very well. I guess it's probably not hard to calculate for you.
Nope.
Yeah. That's funny.
I will say on the 18th hole of my last round,
Yeah.
it was a par 4.
Yeah.
I was on the green about 8 feet out within 2 strokes.
Yeah.
So I just have a nice easy putt.
Yeah.
And I go wide left. And then I turn around and I go wide right. And then I tap it in for my first bogey.
Your first bogey.
Yeah.
Wow. 3 putt for a bogey.
The other times I've gone golfing is like playing basketball with a group.
Oh,
So it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
just swinging at
Well,
the
that's
balls.
what Josh. So Josh was my partner, and then
just playing doubles.
yeah, Miguel had Victor. Victor was about my. I think Victor was a bit better. He had a nicer set of clubs. Like he obviously.
I've got clubs and stuff, so I can
Oh really?
play. But
Which one do you shoot? Left or right? Yeah, I kind of figured. Damn, that's too bad.
why are you righty?
Yeah, even though like I play hockey left, but I golf right.
See, that's so weird to me because it feels like just almost like a wrist shot or a slap shot, but
Absolutely not. It's
and
so
I also baseball to the left.
I'm switch baseball. I can do
Oh,
both. Yeah.
There was a fucking in my softball league over the summer. There's one team that was like also the worst team alongside us. Like
Yeah.
the only game we won in the regular season was against them.
Yeah.
But there was a guy on the team who was like, I was outfielder and I was a pretty decent fielder.
Yeah.
And so wherever I was, he would switch hit the opposite way.
Oh really?
So it was like super annoying.
Yeah. Does it make that much of a difference?
Well, he would, yeah, you're more likely to pull the ball whichever, like it depends how you swing it.
Yeah.
But for like someone who's good at the game, it's a lot easier to get more power if you're like lined up and you swing like this and follow through. You're gonna be hitting it that way.
Right.
Because you're following through that way. And so you can get more distance like that.
Yeah.
But where I like to hit, like the way I swing, my best hits go, if I'm swinging like this,
Yeah.
they'll go out and go that way.
Wow.
But like almost straight, but a little bit veering left to hit the gap
Yeah.
between the center and left fielders.
Yeah.
Had a few good swings like that. Hit a few home runs. My first out of the park home run this year.
Damn.
We actually got like halfway through the season we switched fields to actual fenced in ones because we were playing on like children's fields first.
Oh really?
So it was just like houses, trees, so in the trees, put up your hands, the ground roll double, like stupid rules like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. But yeah, I'm left with absolutely everything. Like I can't, having like left hand on the top is just so unnatural to me. Or bottom, I guess, if you're swinging baseball bat. But
Down those stairs?
yeah, sure.
Interesting. Like, it's just something I think about how I feel like, well, this conversation was fairly normal, but I feel like the tone of my conversation can change a bunch just in public. It was weird.
Like volume level or tone?
Yeah,
in
both.
general? Yeah.
Or like content or kind of whatever.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we totally could have got away with that in the forest.
Yeah. Except for the hot mics.
Yeah. They're restricting me, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we just gotta lose these.
We had a full 45 minutes to...
Yeah, but we didn't know it.
Yeah, tragic.
That I thought that was actually interesting. What if you took one around you in class and just hit it like in a spot where like nobody can see it, but you know it's on, and then just went about your day?
Yeah, I've sort of done, like with the labs, I would turn my phone microphone on.
Oh yeah.
Like during a couple of
Yeah.
labs, I've just got those labs recorded.
Yeah.
Like all the like stupid stuff in materials that one day where we were just measuring stuff with Henry.
Yeah.
Like I've got all of that just recorded.
I wonder if that's like legal in terms of.
I'm pretty sure
for the school.
Oh.
Is what like the school legality.
Well, I'm not posting it anywhere.
I know, but I mean like you're allowed to like take like I'm wondering like that for like a form of like learning. Can you just go and like?
Mal records all of her lectures.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
That's gotta be pretty helpful.
Yeah. So she'll just back listen like a couple times to the same lecture.
Yeah.
Over the course of however long.
Does she have a microphone, or is she just doing it on her phone?
Just on the iPad, like
Oh.
while she's taking notes, because it's all like it's synced up. I don't know. She's got some sort of app that does it.
Yeah.
Where it's like synced up when she writes stuff on it. It'll like auto write in the video.
Yeah.
It's a screen recording plus.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can also like edit it while you're going back through it.
Uh-huh.
So
Great.
technology's pretty cool, but I'm sticking with my pen and paper.
Yeah. Yeah, pen and paper is enough for me to get the idea across.
Yeah.
Even just taking notes, and if you're attempting to write something, the information retains a lot better.
Yeah.
So I feel like I could not get that with like a computer.
No, but like with those iPads, I can see the thing, because you can also just like write a lot quicker and then move it around. You don't have to spend time erasing anything.
It doesn't have as much value.
What do you mean? I guess that's true. If you can always, that's why you use pen, I would imagine, because everything you write has to be valuable.
Exactly.
And it's kind of hard.
You really see your mistakes then.
The podcast is about as close as you could get to a vocal version of that. If you wanted to be very precise in your speaking,
Yeah.
then you'd have to like listen back to what you're saying and figure out your tendencies and all that stuff.
In terms of like recording, yeah, definitely.
And well, just like talking in general. Like I feel like when I'm doing a podcast by myself, I'll have like a podcast voice I do.
Yeah.
Where it's just like a little bit quieter.
Oh yeah,
and I'm a lot more
I definitely
focused.
noticed it. I know what you mean.
But if I'm like just a conversation like this, I feel like I'm a lot more the same.
Look at that pour, huh? Is that a
Look
line
at
that was
that.
down there before?
That's oh yeah.
Solid.
Let's see where they're at in their Gantt chart.
Yeah, bro.
Look at this
Do you think those are available? The
public Gantt charts
no, no, like the drawings and stuff.
for this building?
Yeah, probably
I'm
available.
sure if we
to us
asked
somewhere.
Kevin McGuire,
You think he just got it?
I think you would know where to find it.
Yeah, probably. PM guy.
PM professor.
He seems so unserious.
Yeah, he's another very
He's got like the John Sutherland vibe.
yeah,
A
but
little.
he's also like he's got his little quirks. I'll say
Oh
that.
yeah, no. He is a yapper. But like if we're comparing profs in terms of like
Oh,
I was saying the soil. Like, I don't even know the soil prof name, which is like crazy because I feel like I can remember the names of all my profs from all my years, and I still don't know his name.
Really?
What is it? It's like
Not a clue.
Is he Ibrahim? Like, it's like the one name that I haven't bothered learning.
He just does not have a care. It feels like. I
Yeah,
feel
no,
like that
he's,
class
he's a
could be
research prof, whereas I think like
Yeah.
Sutherland and McGuire are
teaching profs.
profs to profess.
Professing profs.
Yeah,
Professors that profess.
exactly.
Yeah.
Prof by choice.
Yeah.
He's like a born to research, forced to prof type of guy.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't know. Like, that's what I'd assume, but I don't know his intentions.
Maybe he
really
just
gets a
doesn't
kick
like
out
this
of it.
year.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be one of those people that doesn't like profing because he rotates. You know what I mean?
Weird.
Same, it wasn't the same prof last year. Whereas I think the profs that like to teach are the ones that are always teaching.
Yeah. And I feel like those, like, Southern, Yusuf, like, they both are, like, excited to be professing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Ansari, like, those are all the good professor. That's why I think I chose structural, honestly, is because of the professors, not because of the content. Like, I guess the content's interesting, but it's more the professors that
Yeah. I mean,
I like.
like, that's why you chose civil?
Well, like,
You think just straight out of statics almost? Did you do research into the profs before you chose?
no, but, like, Ansari, Adawi, like, just the run-ins with them that I had first year.
Yeah, they're
Plus-
more meaningful for sure.
All of the rest of the professors were just, like, fucking not great. Because it was a lot of math courses that weren't really eng profs. And then, well, I also had John in first year for design. He was my design
Oh, really?
professor.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Amber lights are now flashing.
Stop,
Use caution.
Will. Thank you.
Vehicles may not stop immediately.
Thanks.
Who's that?
Is that Albert's? Oh, that's you. I don't have my glasses. I can't see.
But yeah, I don't remember any other professors from first year, really. Like, it was just Ansari, Adawi. Like, I remember, like, the really, really bad ones. But, like, that chemical professor, didn't like him. Physics, didn't like them.
Oh, you got a
Calculus.
chem prof.
Calculus, I was like, well, that's just calculus, so it's not really anything specific.
Well, I mean, it was like online.
Yeah. And so, yeah, civil was just like the best experience in statics, both from the professor and the content was like
Yeah.
interesting.
I think
guess.
it's very practical. And I
Yeah.
think it's something that can be taught very practically.
I think it's also something that it can be applied anywhere, and there's always going to be a need for it, especially even if, like, something happens and the society is like going down.
Yeah.
There's always going to be need for repairs and stuff, and people who understand what's going on
So what's going on?
in like building and stuff.
Yeah.
Because, like,
Building, transportation, just kind of any kind of structure, any physical thing around you almost, you know,
yeah,
that isn't moving.
pretty much.
The bleachers, man. Those are kind of crazy, hey? You can kind of almost see the, like, once you learn about, this is what we're learning next, actually. The
In-
multi-story frames
Oh,
for indeterminate.
really?
Yeah, that'll be our next thing, and then we get some matrix method, and then we're chilling.
Let's go.
That'll be fun.
Method of joints.
Yeah, basically. I don't think so, though. At that point, I don't even think...
No, it's gonna be some sort of moment with some femmes and.
Well, no, it's like you look at, like... So imagine you have a two-story one. This is going to sound retarded on the podcast, but like if you have a two-story thing, what are your degrees of freedom? Joint A, B, joint C, D. Let's assume the other two are fixed. Those have some load, and now all of your deltas on the bottom, your deltas would actually be independent of the deltas on the top, right? Oh, actually, if you assume it's elastic. No, yeah, because imagine delta C and D could, like, if you had a force like this, the bottom one could kick out and the other two could stay the same. They might have some rotation, but I think there is a independence of the things. So then it just becomes like it'll just be a large process of figuring out which ones are related.
Yeah. I'm surprised I-beams like that's at the top, that's holding up the bleachers,
Yeah.
like fixing them to it. I'm surprised those don't ever, like, buckle, if you know what I mean. Like, if you're pressing on both the top and bottom of the I-beam, like, how it doesn't just, like, snap out, like, if it's like this, and it, like, goes like that or like that.
Yeah. Lateral buckling.
Yeah.
Lateral torsional buckling, perhaps.
Like, this thin steel does not look very strong, where it's, like, up and down.
Well, that's what, like, the...
I understand the moment of inertia for bending is a lot better. But
Well, you remember, we calculated that a little bit in first year structural last year. A little bit.
yeah.
There's the X and the Y. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's all calculated. But
I'm
I'd
sure
imagine
it is.
those beams, like, you gotta think, like, the lower ones, because you could idealize these horizontal numbers as pin supports and say that is determinant, because those are just buckling supports, right? Like, are those, what are the X's for?
I think those are just to, like, hold it.
I guess it's for a, what are the X's for? They probably just make it determinate rather than a lack of determinacy. What's that called? Like unstable?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Then
it's just
the
like
squares.
holding horizontal force. Because then, if it wasn't, then it would just be like a zero force in the
Yeah.
across. Because that way it can take
I think
compression
it's
or
just
tension.
in the cases that you have those forces that are kind of
Yeah,
cool.
fun times.
Interesting to think about the thought, like how would you go about designing that? It's like put all the vertical things up first and then you would apply. Damn. Those are runners.
Lots of
I'm a biker. What?
crazy. Damn.
Oh. Well. God, fuck. I wonder what they're doing over there.
Rugby practice.
I'm gonna play some frisbee. I should have tossed it.
Toss on the desk.
Yeah.
I got the grocery shopping right after this. But
Oh.
I don't know.
It's one thing that, like, I always see, like, I feel like I get ads about making schedules and stuff. And I've never really, like, sometimes I'll just make a schedule to know that I have a schedule, but I don't, like, update it or look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My scheduling is very day by day. It's kind of like at the end of the night, I have to think about tomorrow. And
Do you just think about it, or do you write it down? Do you have, like, a list? Like, I see you keep a list of the stuff to do.
well, I've got my big whiteboard in my room that has a to-do list for every class and then a personal to-do list.
Yeah.
And then for daily stuff, it's all just like I'll think about, okay, what do I have in my classes, and then it's mostly just thinking about when I'm going to go to the gym. Like,
Yeah.
when do I have my classes? When do I have my breaks? I know I'm going to have to go home to eat lunch at some point. I have to eat breakfast in the morning before I've got my first, like, thing I need to go to. And that's about all I think of. And then it's what projects do I have on the go? What could I get done early, or what do I need to get done early? and just go from there, kind of,
Yeah.
and then backfill with bullshit. So I feel like I could be a lot more regimented, but I also could be a lot less. And
Yeah.
like, I feel like 2 days notice is enough for me to get anything in order. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's not going to completely, I just know like I've got a weekly schedule that's going to fall apart if there's a little bit of variance, like a 2.5 hour podcast.
Yeah.
So I kind of keep it a little bit flexible, but I also know what's going on and know where I need to catch up if something does happen. But that's also mostly mental.
Yeah.
But it's also, I can visualize it on my list, and then I have like a sorting algorithm in my head where it's like I look at my list and then I'll be like, all right, this top, like, and then I'll just like layer it in my head
Yeah.
and
Throw it into the stack.
throw it into the stack and start shooting stuff out. When I'm done working on a certain thing, I'll move on to the next thing. Or like, even if I'm not done it, I will just be like, all right, what's the next thing that I could be working on? And then
Take it from the heap and put it into the stack.
yeah, exactly.
Miss coding like that, dude. Life was so chill when it was like that.
Dude, just absolutely babying us. I mean, conceptually, I feel like coding is a lot more difficult than civil. Practically,
Totally.
civil is so easy compared to, coding is a lot easier than doing civil stuff, like in a practical sense in my mind.
I guess, but also like the value that you get out of it is, I think, very like different as well.
Yeah, it depends what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know anybody that's like making game-changing progress in coding. Sometimes they like coding and they'll just do like a little like project and it just does some. Like,
Yeah.
I can, if I really want to code, I can just go on. But I need like an actual like reason to.
Yeah.
It's definitely more like
I've had my
daily applicable because you have your computer and it's all.
yeah. It's
code.
very low barrier to entry.
Yeah.
Very low, like. But it's like the low barrier to entry, but the range of what you can do with it is like a lot wider than if you're working by yourself on like a civil problem. Like you can do theoretical stuff, but it's not very easy to find something practical to do unless you're in like a club or something, which you have with your steel bridge.
Yeah.
But other than that, there's not like, it's not like I'm going to be designing concrete mixes in my spare time,
Yeah.
because that's expensive and, you know.
Yeah.
So there's definitely like an apprenticeship you need to have in either at the university or in like a real life job in order to know what you need to know to get started on a project.
Yeah.
And you also have to find someone who wants you to do something for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like your services are needed, but you need to find who needs your services.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, unless you were going to do like some sort of coding for civil. Like, I feel like that's something that I could do, where it's like some sort of code for a civil project, like building a frame analysis.
Yeah, I always thought, actually, did I not talk to you about this? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I think something that would be very, very interesting is, I think that part is the actual easy part, is making the frame analysis thing online. But let's say, like, how do you, there's the like the applicability of it. Like, let's say, like, how do you want to like design something that's efficient? Because there's a lot of like analyzers online, and you see them. It's like you enter in value for the points and everything, but also like how like effectively can you make that like the user interface? I actually thought about, what if I could take an image and scan it and have like AI interpret it, and then try to create that model that it can then analyze.
Mm-hmm.
I think the actual analysis part of it would be very, very easy to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I think a lot of civil engineering interfaces are not
Very
great.
good.
Like
Yeah.
if someone could take like a video game developers, like a lot of the software that video game developers use
Yeah.
is pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
For like 3D model rendering and everything like that.
Yeah.
If you could apply that to real life, it would be a lot better for civil engineering.
Yeah.
But they're in like two different worlds, so someone has to integrate them together.
Yeah. Be a really good capstone project. Think about that.
Yeah. No, I like our world's biggest cantilever.
Dude, wait. What's the longest cantilever? That's a good theoretical question. You want to do some... Let's just go be masters and just do cantilever research.
That'd actually be sick.
Yeah. That'd be dope as hell. You could like get like a variance of concrete as you get further out on the cantilever.
Oh, 100% you'd need to do that.
Yeah, and then like the change of steel. That would be a very...
Well, at what point does it not count as a like if it's just like a pure, like from ground up, like this shape, say like my wrist is the ground, is this considered a cantilever?
I think anything overhanging, I would define it as like something that's like practical, like off of like a building cantilever. But let's say it's like an infinitely stiff building. Dude, the moment generated on that thing would be crazy. Can you imagine designing a cantilever in a building that it's so stiff and so good, it actually uplifts the building?
Like get a big wind gust and it just...
Yeah. Like
No, but then you would need bottom steel reinforcement for the cantilever if there's going to be uplift forces on the cantilever.
No, I mean uplift force is just from its own weight. Because at the moment, like it just tips.
Oh, so just like a frame.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what a cantilever is. It's like a framed part off the side.
Yeah.
Just a really long cantilever.
Cooking.
We could do that. I wonder, like, what would be the criteria? That'd actually be a very, very interesting project. The AI, like computer vision. Because, like, what? How would you model that?
Well, you would just have to find nodes and members,
Yeah.
print them into a 2D space, because I ain't dealing with 3D here.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
And then run it through like some sort of analysis that already exists. I don't think it would be very difficult with like computer vision that already exists. Just to like
You could even develop that for sure. Like,
finding nodes and members and like the type of like how to idealize each thing, whether it's a pin or it's like fixed. You know what I mean?
yeah. Which method would you use?
100% the iterative one.
Yeah. Isn't that cool, hey?
Yes, it's like when we did computational methods, we realized calculus is fucking retarded when you can just iterate.
Yeah. Well, like, to be fair, like, would it be hard to do? Because I believe they use finite element. That's kind of the best way to do it. Well, that would be the best way to do it in terms of, like, obviously for us, it's applicable to use whatever we're using because we've only used we've assumed our linearly elastic models or whatever. Maxwell's theory of reciprocal forces. That was so cool when John dropped that lore. I gotta get reading on some structural things. He talked about a book in second year. It was like how things stand or something.
Yeah.
I should read it. I was meaning to read it. It's also one thing I just don't. I feel like I don't like read on my own time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I gotta get on that more.
Dude, if you want a really good, really long, really fucking long book, but it's really good. Atlas Shrugged.
What kind of book is that?
It's like, holy shit. I think the mics are gonna catch that one.
Huh?
I think the mics might catch
Yeah.
that siren.
There was an ambulance that went by the way, guys. If you can.
I don't know if you noticed. Yeah, it's called Atlas Shrugged. It's kind of just like a story about an engineer in a society that doesn't like appreciate, like, I don't know, it's like a storybook. The main character is an engineer. And it's about like, it's more a comment on society than engineering.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a good book. It was a good read for me.
Sounds cool.
But it is a really fucking long book. And I find, like, I'm trying to read Meditations right now, like Marcus Aurelius.
Okay.
That fucking, like, it's not fun right now. It sucks. I don't understand a lot of, like, it's like speaking in riddles, and every sentence you have to stop and understand what the sentence is saying.
Yeah.
And it's not in, like, stories. It's a bunch of, like, aphorisms almost. So, yeah. That's a bit of a tougher read. Like, I'm good at reading stories. And it's another thing where I just, like, have to cut out time for instead of just listening to podcasts or watching videos or something. But yeah. All right, let's bring it home. We just got back.
Wrap it up.
Nice long walk. I wonder how long we walked.
That was good.
8.5 kilometers.
3.5?
8.5 kilometers over 2.5 hours.
Damn.
All right. Peace
Over
out,
two-
everybody.
Yeah.